Welcome back, Shazia.
Hello.
So this is part 2 of a 3-part series talking about your 3 decades as an artist. So we're now done the 90s, we're now into 2000 for that first 10 years there. So this is really, tell me what the journey's been like off the back of the Masters in Barcelona.
So as soon as I finished my MA, I had to find a studio and start exhibiting. So my first studio was in the Farnham Maltings, which was in Farnham. Tiny studio with a window that was like a cell. It had bars across it, and it was just the worst studio ever. But it was a space, and it was like, I think £100 a month, something ridiculous like that, which was through the Arts Council that provided spaces for artists, which is great. Still ongoing, lots of studios out there for artists. And then it was about approaching galleries and showing them my work, and in the hope that they would represent me. So I wrote to every single gallery in the whole of the country, which was probably in hindsight not the best idea, but I was young. I should have done a bit more research to know that, okay, that's a gallery that deals in purely ceramics, that's a gallery that deals in purely 19th century artwork. Anyway, I sent out a leaflet of my work, the abstract base work, and I got 4 galleries interested. So there was scotlandart.com in Glasgow, there was the Northcote Gallery in London, Roman Black Gallery in London, and a guy called Tony Pontone it was Albemarle, the Albemarle Gallery, based in Albemarle Street, but that's the Pontone Gallery now. And I was doing show after show, so there was about 15 shows a year at that time, so lots of things going on, but the momentum was really building with my abstract work, which was really exciting. Yeah.
Great. So what so in terms of other ways of getting your name out there, what else were you doing? How did the interactions go with the galleries? Were there any other field trips you were doing at that time?
Yeah, so I was still always very, very interested in landscape painting, and I decided to combine my process-based work with subject matter, meaning landscape. So I've always loved Scotland, and just every time I went up there, every year, used to do these sort of experimentations between exploring the process-based work and the subject-based work. So trying to combine my process with a particular subject. So this is Loch Bracadale on the west coast of Scotland. And you can see the early stages of the process being used in a context where I'm representing the landscape as well. And the idea was that there was beams of light that come down onto the lochs at certain times of the day. And the process that I was using at that time worked really well with that particular subject matter. So that got me really excited, and that got me a show. Working in this way was how I got introduced to Cambridge Contemporary Art and the Castle Gallery in Inverness. This was kind of like the kick that, I think we had a sellout show, and then we had another sellout show, and then another one, and then Denise, who owned Cambridge Contemporary Art at the time, took me up to Inverness. And once that happened, everything changed. So then it was a lot more galleries were interested, because I was enjoying my trips around the west coast of Scotland and combining all the techniques that I had learned through the previous years were now being applied to a particular subject matter that I was deeply passionate about, which was landscape painting. And the thing is, for me, with landscapes, it was always about trying to capture that moment. It was never about depicting a kind of pretty scene. It was always about getting the feel of the paint, getting the paint to express a particular moment in time that gave a real sense of place and a feeling of that moment. And that was the most important mission, and that has become more important as the time has gone on.
Great, fantastic, thank you.